This is the third time I'm attempting this because this thing doesn't have a pause or a recap or any of that other stuff. So, great. Anyway, I touched on some fear of people of color issue. And as I mentioned in the videos that I deleted, it was a white man and a white woman. And this was years ago. But not much has changed. So, especially in my face, with the exception of the burns that I had. So, I'm sitting here, as I was saying, I said something to the white man, excuse me, because he was blazingly bold about not liking black people. And I just couldn't let that ride. I should have let that ride, but I couldn't. Because racism is such a such a subject that we take extremely sensitive. No. Now, as far as the woman, because she made a C in reverse, it kind of really offended me because I was like, I had no plans on hurting this woman. We're in broad daylight on West Main Street in Charlottesville. Why in the hell do you think I'm going to do something to you in the daylight? Is beyond me. But it's basically all about the skin color. If I probably would have been a little bit high yellower, she probably wouldn't have been so damn afraid of me. However, not so much. I'm not high yellow. No. So, in a busted up way, I probably could have went about that in a whole different manner, and I didn't. I said something. I shouldn't have said something, but I said something because I was so fucking hurt and offended by the fact that people really, people really haven't gotten past this fear of people of color. No, and I think that even if the woman would have been an Asian woman, I probably still would have said something. Even though I do think Asian women are the hottest chicks on the planet, you know, I'm pretty sure I would have said something that she would have made that C to get across the street to avoid me. I'm thinking, if I wanted to kill you, you wouldn't have been able to make it across that street. But I didn't say anything other than, oh, hell no. And then I called her out. I was like, I don't want to hurt you. And it's like, if you that afraid of people, then you probably shouldn't be outside. And I said, I can't help the color of my skin. I didn't ask to be born this way. It is what it is. But it's just the principle of the natural fear of people of color. Now, this doesn't just extend to black people. When I was younger and I found out about martial arts, oh God, man, I was scared of Asian dudes, man. But only the ones who knew Kung Fu. And hell yeah, I would ask them, I was like, Kung Fu? Nope. I said, karate? Nope. I said, all right, good. We can be friends. I'm not afraid of you. But the guys that did know, yeah, I was a touch bit afraid of them. It was like, well, they know more than I know because it's their country. It's where it came from. They might be able to whoop my ass. And I think that probably extends to everyone. Because most people in America, white people are naturally scared of black people. It's homegrown. It's been bred in them since the dawn of fucking time. Yeah, those niggers, man. You don't want to fuck those niggers. And I think it's the same with black people. They probably think the same thing about white people. Like, yeah, those white people. Yeah, we might not want to fuck with those guys, man. They got guns and they put us in whips and chains and stuff. Yeah, we might not want to fuck with them. But it's not as blatantly obvious to them as it is to us. Now let me drop the truth on you. And this goes to every race and every creed and every religion. You are in more danger from someone of your own kind you will ever be than of someone of a different color, ethnic background. And the reason I say that is because they just need a smaller knife and you will never see them coming. Well, on the other hand, I think that you're not in danger of anybody unless you are openly, inherently scared and it shows. And just like animals, people know when you're afraid of them and they kind of like zone in on that. It's like, yeah, this motherfucker's afraid of me. think I'll go fuck with them because I can. And most people do that, you know, and that leads to a lot of crimes and stuff. And so when you're going through this stuff, you know, you have to take a step back a little bit and absorb your environment. Now think about like fear. Fear can be controlled to a certain extent. You have fear that can make you do things that you could never ever do normally, and you have fear that like completely petrifies you where you're stuck. So most of the time, you have to learn how to control it and know which fear is which. You know, it's not cool to be afraid of everybody. I'm not saying it ain't cool to be afraid, because I've been afraid quite a few times, and every time I've managed to win that fight, mostly driven by fear. You know, and the thing about fear, you know, I'm no longer afraid of people. I'm more afraid of what I will have to do to people. You know, and the thing with that, you know, people don't seem to get the concept of everybody bleeds red. So if a person is attempting to bring you harm, they bleed like you bleed. Just depends on who gets in that first lick, you know, and who has the better skill set. You know, if you have a better skill set, you don't have too much to worry about. Where when it comes down to other things, you know, that becomes a problem. So you can't go around messing with people. Just mind your business and everything will generally be fine. And sometimes not minding our business can save a life. But, you know, it takes a brave person to not mind their business and save a life. You know. And that's cool and dandy and everything. But I mean, to see someone do that is like really kind of fucked up. Now this doesn't really happen like in the country. When you go to Scottsville, man, it's like psh, just another human being. And that's the one thing I like about country people. You have barely any real racist people in the country because your neighbor's so far away, you know, you just happy to know that someone's there. And that if you need help, most of the time, like in Nelson County or in Scottsville, you know, places I've been, most neighbors are pretty goddamn neighborly and they don't give a flying fuck what color you are. They're more than willing to help you, especially if you live down by the river. You know, you live by the river and it might just be country grammar or river grammar. But most of the time you live by the river, you know, most people are more than willing to be there for you and help your ass out. But you know, a lot of people, they're not like that at all. No. A lot of people don't want to take that time and do that time. You know. And I'm one of them people. You know, I don't give a fuck what color you are. Just don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. And we can get along just fine. Because I'm an asshole. And I can be a dick. The difference is, there's a time and a place for everything. And there's never a time and a place to hate someone because of the color of their skin. Or fear them for the color of their skin, which is what this is about. But I've noticed in a lot of places, like in college, you know, you have to get along with these people. You don't have to hate us, but you can at least like not be afraid of us. And I had a racist incident with a chick that I went to high school with, who wasn't prejudiced, if you would, or racist in high school, but I bumped into her while she was in college, and because she was going to the university and I was going to Piedmont. I guess that put her on a pedestal way up here while I was way down here. Same girl saved me from Miss Lyons in high school because Miss Lyons assumed that I couldn't read because I was colored. It's like, yeah, I can read, you know. I might not be all that great at it, but I can read. And when she seen me in college, she's like, I'm going to pretend like I don't know this black man. Which she did. And unfortunately, I called her out on it. Because, you know, like, oh, now you in college, you can't talk to me? It's like, you know, oh, what? All of a sudden, people of color don't mean nothing to you now? You know, you saved my ass in high school, and now you stab me in the back with that same knife in college. And, you know, for Era, if you're out there, I forgive you. It's kind of fucked up, but I forgive you. You know, I'm not going to give her her last name. You know, if you find my high school yearbook, you'll find her. But it's a lot of things you learn about people that you probably wish you didn't learn about people once y'all get out of high school. Things change. You don't have to change who you are. You know, I adapt very well. I'm the master of adaptation. I'm also the king of the impossible. Because if it's possible for me to get in trouble for doing the right thing, oh, believe me, I've gotten in trouble a lot of times for doing the right thing, for helping people. I got punched in the face twice for driving a stolen van when I helped my alcoholic cousin go back out to Woodrow's. And yes, every time I go by that place, which is now a tractor and garden store, my eye starts to do one of these numbers, like pops, like, and it's just not funny. But I'm pissed off every time I drive there because I got put in handcuffs. I got in the face twice. My glasses got broken because I was doing the right fucking thing. So, I think my New Year's resolution for 2016 is to just stop helping people. It's like, you know what? You're on your own. Don't come to me for help because it's not going to happen. So, like I said, if you want the truth, black people fear black people. Simple as that. I don't know if white people fear white people, and I don't know if all Asians fear other Asians. I'm pretty sure that there's enough animosity between like Japanese people and everyone else that it's an issue. But other than that, I don't really think that Asians really fear Asians. I think North Korea and South Korea may have an issue, and North Vietnam and South Vietnam may still have an issue because those are things that never really got resolved. They just kind of like the water got a little bit calmer. You got South Korea, which the people are basically like America, and they have a republic and president or primarch, premier, whatever. Where North Korea they have a dictator, Kim Jong Il. He's like, motherfuckers, what I say go, or off with your head. Sorry. Now, since I was on perspective, I gotta say it. You're not gonna like it, but I gotta say it because, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say that communist China has it right. But for a country that has had things work out up good until Tiananmen Square, they don't have it all that wrong either. But I guess it's all about perspective, you know. And to be honest with you, America could use some indifference. I ain't saying we need to go communist. I ain't saying we need to, you know, legally allow you only to have two children. Although I will say I don't disagree with that. I really don't. I don't disagree with that. And I know you have the right to bear children and what have you. But, you know, in the end, you know, there's a lot of people hungry. There's a lot of people on welfare lines. There's a lot of people who can't get arrested getting a job and trying. But they're also making these babies that they can't take care of, which falls on the people who have to, which is the taxpayers, which is everyone else. No, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but if you know you can't really provide for yourself, don't go out and start bringing other lives into this world because a life is a full-time commitment. And if you're going to have a child, you need to man the fuck up or woman the fuck up and do what you need to do. Get a fucking job. You might not want to push burgers all day, but until you can do better, hey, you got to take what you can get. I'm in that boat. I don't have children, but I'm in that boat of having to take what I can get. And it's not that that's what I want to do. It's kind of like I don't really have much of a fucking choice. You can't make people give you the job that you really want to get. And sometimes it's more like who you know and not your skill level. But prospectively speaking, you know, as far as I know, I haven't bumped into a Korean that spouts out, I hate Japanese people. I haven't bumped into a Japanese person that says, yeah, I hate Chinese people. I haven't bumped into a Chinese person that says, yeah, I hate Koreans, Japs, people from Laos, people from Thailand, which is in China. Have never heard that out of any person that I know that is Asian. Now, if they do have it, it's probably like against the rules of being polite, because we all know that Asians are overly polite, and it's not something that isn't acceptable. It is okay to be polite, and overly polite is what they do. You know, because everybody's always talking about how, oh, well, Asians are overachievers. There's nothing wrong with being an overachiever, except if you can't handle the fact when you fail, because we all fail. You know, whether we like it or not, you will fail at one thing in your life at one point, at one time. You will fail. So you need to know that. You need to know it. You need to know it, and you need to be ready for it. Because when it comes, it shouldn't be a shock. We can't fly. No. We can hang glide, and we have those little glider suits now, but we still cannot fly. You have a rocket pack. You can fly it for yay so many feet, but you're standing up. You know, it's not like the Rocketeer where you can shh. We don't have that. And if we do, I want one. But you know, the thing is, I have one. I never have to fly. I mean, I would never have to drive anywhere because I would fly all the time. It's like, shh, get my little helmet on, flying everywhere. But we don't have that. And if we do have that, then I want to know how much it costs. It's kind of like that Back to the Future hoverboard. I'm still waiting for mine. And not that little rolly thing that looks like a pair of dumbbells where you put your feet on it. And those things explode, by the way. They've been on the news for exploding. And there's another reason why people have a natural fear of people of color. A couple of weeks back, or months back, I'm not sure, but there's a news footage of a dude rolling in to a store on a hoverboard and steals a 24 case of beer. His dumbass is on camera, and I hope they catch the bastard. But he fucked it up for everybody that is black. Now, when we go into stores, we have to be careful because this jackass decided that instead of taking out, like, what, $8 to go get a 24 pack of beer, he's just gonna roll in, roll out. You know? Where I, on the other hand, you know, I don't really drink beer except Corona. If I ain't got the money for at least one, I'm not gonna go in and steal it. I just ain't gonna get that drink that day. But when I get that money for that Corona, even if I don't have the lemon wedge or the lime wedge, I'm going to that store. I'm gonna whip out my money and I'll buy that fucking Corona, and I'm gonna enjoy every fucking one of them motherfuckers. But you know, that's just me. And you know, the thing is, we're talking about the fear of colored people. Everybody is afraid of everyone. And sometimes it's basically due because they don't know people of color, but they've watched these movies on TV and they're like, yeah, Bruce Lee over there is going to kick my ass if I go over there and try to talk to his girlfriend. Well, of course he is. It's his girlfriend. Now, if it's his sister, he still may try to kick your ass because it's his sister. But you know, the thing is, you'll never know unless you try. Simple as that. What the hell's going on with my eye there? Might be the lighting. So then, you know, if I'm going to go over here and talk to Billy Bob's sister, Billy Bob might not like it because Billy Bob's a white guy. I'm going to go talk to her. Sister. That's how you say his name. I don't know what it is, but there it is. And he might put a spear through my chest because Africans don't really like black people. Haven't figured out why that is. Don't care. When I found out that that was like a true statement, it kind of hurt my feelings. But the funny thing is, I've had like at least 3 African friends, literally from Africa, that like me. And then the other Africans that I've met, no. But like I said, I've touched this before with the Trinidad and Tobago wheelchair basketball team told me the same thing. Oh, it's not you. It's just that the Africans don't like anybody who's not from Africa. I was like, okay, cool. But it's not the white Africans. It's only the black Africans. It's just like reverse racism, like to the 10th power. And so, like I said, it's really all about perspective. But that natural fear of people of color, it needs to come to an end. Now, I can't stop you from being afraid of people. That's not my job. I will never be able to stop you from being afraid. It's just like you can't make somebody love you, no matter what you do. You can be used a lot, but you can't make someone love you. And the thing is, fear can be controlled. You just have to know how to control it. And most people don't. So when they see someone, especially when it's a woman looking at a man, they're naturally afraid. But I wasn't in the Lifetime movie where the dude raped the chick and she had to carry his baby. I wasn't in that. And It probably was a black guy in that movie. But you can't live in TV and reality. You can only really live in reality. TV is entertainment. As actors, we perform. If we do a good job and it's believable, we get an Oscar or a Grammy or whatever other little statue they get. I'm never going to get one of those, by the way, because you know what? As rewarding as that may sound, I've never really been big on trophies. So, if I got it, I would accept it. And I was like, here, Mom, you can have that. My dad's dead, so I can't give it to him. But here, Mom, I don't need it. It's just a statue. No. I really was just trying to act to earn a check. No. And, a lot of people get into those things for different reasons. I want to make movies to be happy. And also so that when people see me on the street, they'll recognize me and they won't be afraid of me. And they won't walk and make C's when they're hot white chicks. Okay? Now, those things happen. Really does. And the thing about being afraid of people because we are of color is something that, you really might want to take a different route on that. And you may want to think, okay, well, maybe if I get to know this person, he might not be like the stereotypical person of color. Which generally, no one is like the stereotype. Unless you run into people from like gang members and shit like that. But not every person that's black is in a gang. Alright? Not every person that's white is in a gang. And not everyone that is black and white are working together as drug smugglers. Sometimes they could just be friends. No, it happens. Or better still, sometimes they could be brothers at arms. No, I could be brothers with a white Marine. Hey, in the Army, there's only one color. Camo. And as long as we're all wearing the same color, nobody gets shot. No, but, the thing is, when it came down to perspective, I think the only reason I really spoke out because it's been done so many times in my life before that I was just at the point where, I can't take any more of this shit. And, I just really probably shouldn't have spoke out. But in closing, we really have to get over fear of people. We're all the same on the inside, if not the outside. We all have fears, we all have grievances, we all have sorrows, we all suffer from loss. So as soon as we all swallow that pill, yeah, that jagged little pill, Alanis Morissette, go for it. As soon as we all swallow that jagged little pill of fear of people of different races, ethnicities, and religions, the world will be like a Sailor Moon grand type of place where the only person you have to fight is evil princesses from outer space. Cool. Well, I'm going to get off of that because I'm slowly losing track. I'm probably losing viewers as I speak since I brought up Sailor Moon. Live action Japanese version is badass. You should probably check it out. Anyway, if we can just get rid of our fear of other people because of their color, because of their ethnicity, because of the stereotypes and the stuff that we've read, then we'll be alright. Speaking of stereotypes, before I close out, when I was younger, and this is as racist as it gets, I was always told that Chinese people ate cats. So if you had Chinese friends, you were supposed to hide your cats. Now, being I live in the projects, and no Chinese people have ever lived in the projects in Charlottesville that I know of, that wasn't something that we was worried about, especially back then. You can have pets. And I never believed it until the Chan house. Now, I'm going to say this because it was a true event. My first time I ever ate Chinese food, I actually did eat cat. They shut the place down, but, it was cat. And for the record, tastes like chicken. Sorry. No. I liked the Chan house. It was the first Chinese food I was ever exposed to. And this is way back then, and it was on West Main Street going towards the university. So I guess it would kind of make it more like going to East Market. Well, now there's a hotel in the spot. And Back Alley, Dis and all them were there. So, you would never think for a New York minute about any of that. You know what I'm saying? But when they shut it down, they found the cats in the barrel. It's kind of where that went. So, that kind of enforced the stereotype about Chinese people eating cats. Now, here's the thing: when you are a kid and you see people who are of Asian ethnicity, you can't tell them apart. So you assume that all Asian people are from fucking China. Or at least I did. I had some Vietnamese cats in school, and I thought they were from China. And we got to arguing, and I told him to go home and eat some rice cakes. And then he goes, "Fuck you, dude. I'm from Vietnam. We don't eat no fucking rice cakes." I miss that guy. But it was the principle of stereotypes and fear of people of different colors. So as you see what fear did for me, it didn't make me a better person. It made me a worse person. And then after growing up and learning cultural divides and stuff, you know, so in knowing that, it kind of did me in, and I stopped being afraid of people of different colors and ethnicities because of TV shows, because of what you hear on the streets, because of what you hear from other people. And eventually I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try to love everybody until they try to hurt me. So there you have James in a nutshell. If you're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Native American, etc., you're still Asian. Deal with it. If you're black and American, or if you're black from Africa, I'm not gonna hate you because you hate me. And as far as white people are concerned, I'm never gonna hate white people. Mostly because they're crazy and they do some crazy ass shit. But you can't hate people because of the color of their skin. You can't hate people because of the stereotypes that have been embedded in you, whether it be from home or school or just looking around and seeing what's true and what's not. Then you can get your shit right. We're all people. We all have the same fears and grievances. We all stink if we don't wash our asses. So we all don't want to be the stinky people. So we all rush out to the stores and buy the same fucking soap. So once you can get past that, and you get past the little fears of whatever you've been told, we will all have a better life. So stop being afraid of each other. If the guy's not walking around with a knife or a gun, there's no need for you to worry about it. And if he is, he might be making a movie. So just stay off the set. Enough said. The end.